If in the middle of SHTF you encounter the perfect gray man who draws no attention at all, run. A real survivor always makes mistakes, but it does not. Today I'll tell you how I survived an encounter with a creature that has learned to mimic us better than we mimic ourselves. All preppers worship the gray man theory. Blend into the crowd, don't wear camouflage, be a shadow. But in the refugee camps near Seattle, we realized something terrifying. Among thousands of people, there are those who take the word shadow too literally. They don't just hide. They use our security protocol as camouflage for a predator. At the end, I'll give 3 specific markers to distinguish a frightened refugee from an imitation waiting for the moment to cut open your tent. Chapter 1: The Theory That Became a Trap. It was the 2nd month after the front collapsed. My group and I held a filtration point at an old grain elevator. 500 people passed through us every day. All the same, gray jackets, dirty faces, empty eyes. Classic gray man. But among them was one guy. About 30, a worn windbreaker, regular jeans, a hiking backpack. He was so correct that my eye just didn't catch on him. I looked right through him. That was the first warning sign. A real person always creates noise. He coughs, he stumbles, he smells of fear and an unwashed body. Chapter 2: The Logical Failure. I called him over for a document check. He handed me his passport. A common name, a normal registration. But when I took the passport in my hands, I felt cold. Not cold from the frost, but the absence of warmth. I asked, "Where is your group?" He replied, "I'm alone." The voice was perfect. Even, calm, without a single note of stress. In SHTF conditions, people don't have voices like that. People either get angry, beg, or fall silent in shock. But this one imitated the calm survivor straight from a manual. Chapter 3: The Moment of Truth. I dropped my keys, on purpose. Any person would reflexively flinch or follow the falling object with their eyes. He didn't even blink. His pupils were focused on me, but they didn't constrict from the light of my flashlight. I shouted to my partner, "Thermal." When we aimed the thermal imager at the line, we saw 50 hot silhouettes and one completely gray spot. His clothing had the temperature of the environment. It wasn't warming the fabric from the inside. In that same second, his face, it didn't change, it just slid off. He didn't turn into a monster with teeth, he simply stopped trying to look human. He turned around and walked into the forest. His movements were too smooth, without inertia, without weight. He didn't run, he just glided over the mud, leaving no deep footprints. The essence of the gray man theory for these creatures is a way to get close to us. We are used to not noticing the inconspicuous. And that is our main vulnerability. Remember these 3 signs of a mimic in SHTF. Biological static. A real person cannot stand completely still for more than 30 seconds. We shift our weight, adjust straps, blink. A mimic is a statue until it decides to act. Temperature dissonance. If it's plus 5 degrees Celsius outside and a person's breath doesn't produce vapor, that's not a person. Absence of social noise. They don't react to sudden sounds or shouting. Their goal is to maintain the camouflage of a calm survivor to the very end. If this story made you look differently at the crowd in the subway or at a train station, leave a like. Perhaps your vigilance will save you when the familiar world finally collapses. Subscribe to the channel, here we analyze survival anomalies and SHTF theory every week. Don't let yourself be deceived by those who blend into the background too well.